Hello everyone, this is Samantha coming to you from My Dolly Dreams Came True. Y'all, we're glad to be back, and I'm going to turn it over to Samantha. Say hello to all of our besties. Hello everyone, this is Samantha. This is RB Jules Barbie coming to you from My Dolly Dreams Came True. So y'all, yesterday, okay, I'm still a bit off. Alrighty. So last week, y'all, just was not it. It just wasn't. Um, I don't care what I did or me trying to use the tools in my toolbox to try to um get it together. It just wasn't happening. Um, I often suffer with a lot of burnout, and I talked to my therapist about that. And what I've come to understand is that I suffer with severe burnout. Um, when you go through, when you have dealt with trauma and mental, emotional, psychological abuse, and with the depression, the anxiety, all those things, and being neurodivergent, um, it can be really tough. And so, I've come to learn and understand that I suffer with severe burnout, and it's really bad. And I don't know if it's because sometimes I just still dissociate a lot, very disconnected mentally, emotionally, psychologically. So sometimes I'm really not focusing in um, on me sometimes as I should be. And, when I'm feeling some kind of way, especially when it's cloudy outside, it's like it could be the depression. And then when the neurodivergence, sometimes they work against me. And sometimes it's just hard for me to come out of it. I ain't even gonna lie. It's hard for me to shake it. And, I really wanted to do videos last week, but I just didn't have the energy or the wherewithal to do it. And I still don't feel that great this week. And I actually don't feel all that great today. But I'm going to, do videos and see if in doing videos this week help me to kind of shake it, which it usually does. And I do enjoy doing videos. And so that's why I'm here today. I always appreciate y'all's patience. And as y'all all well know, when you don't see me, something is definitely wrong. But I have started posting more pics in the community corner and sharing stories about the dolls that we have restyled in the community. And I will be continuously doing that because that is fun. And so I have doll mail actually. And let me hold on for a second, y'all. Okay. So y'all hear my cat Popcorn, who needs to calm down a little bit. So let me see. I wrote it down somewhere, so I thought. The dolls that anyway. Hold on. I'm really trying to find. Did I write it down in here? Trying to find where I wrote my information down at. Yes. I wrote it down in another book. I got it. Okay. So, so I'm going to start by sharing just how thankful I am, how good God is in my life. And, I get it. Some people may not believe, don't believe, but here I believe, and I'm not going to ever be ashamed of sharing that I believe in the Most High God in Christ. And just to show you how He operates in my life, even when sometimes when I feel the absolute saddest. I got a couple of messages from one from my doll friend and from another sweet doll person in the doll community, just sharing positivity and encouragement and help uplift my spirits, and I'm truly grateful for that. But also another new doll friend, and I mean new. Matter of fact, we weren't even following each other, and this doll friend was recommended by my dear doll friend Dolly Dayhart. She was giving away dolls. She said, you know, um, that I didn't have to pay for shipping. I didn't have to do anything. She was trying to give away dolls because she's dealing with matters in her own life, and I'm not going to get into her business because that's not my business to share. And she wanted to, have some of her dolls go to homes where they would be loved and taken care of. And I counted it grateful that I was considered for such a blessing because, number one, I wasn't thinking about dolls. I'm lying. I'm always thinking about dolls, but I wasn't thinking about someone giving me dolls. So let me say it like that. And so I was like, is she serious? Is this real? And so I kept in contact, I always keep a constant contact with my friend Dolly Dayhart, but, he, shared with me, you know, because they are in contact with each other. They're doll friends. So, and so she reached out to me and she was like, I know you don't know me, um, but I have some dolls that, you know, I would, want to give to you. And I was shocked. The fact that somebody who don't even know me, who's never seen me, only know me through the words of such a kind, dear, sweet soul, Dolly Dayhart, just on his words alone, that she counted it all joy to consider me for such a gift, a treasure. And so she showed me the dolls, and she allowed me to pick the ones that I wanted. And I didn't get into you know the what, when, where, how, and why of it all because that's not my business to get into her business. And so I gave her my name and address, and I left it at that. And so I just went on. The only thing I was concerned about, I said, like, well, what if she ship it and I'm not home? And I didn't know when she was going to ship it. So, and I didn't reach out to her much. I didn't want to seem like I was being some kind of bugaboo or just being pressed because someone was sharing with me. You just don't do that to people. And so, as the Most High would have it, um, this past Saturday, actually, I got a message saying that your dolls is out for delivery. I was like, huh, what? And I personally am still in this funky mood, just going through dealing with these feelings, trying to process things on the inside. And so the dolls came, and I didn't open them right away because I'm trying to rest, and I have a problem resting, and that's something I struggle with. So I'm just trying to rest. And so um, nighttime came, so I said, let me open up the dolls and take a look at them. And it was such an absolute blessing to see these dolls. And I just was just grateful beyond words. And they do make me feel inspired to try other things. Um, and I'm going to get into that more as I share these dolls with you. They are all Rainbow High dolls. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm personally am still collecting them. The ones here per se, I wasn't thinking about collecting them because there are certain ones that I want, but I'm grateful that I have these dolls to add to my collection and to be inspired to restyle them, make beautiful jewelry for them, and things of that nature. So I know y'all say you take it too long. Get with it. So I got to move at a pace that makes it that's comfortable for me. But y'all, without further ado, and I don't have any doll stands for them, I'm going to share who they are. And let me go to the information about who they are. And one at a time, I gotta make sure I gotta cover these girls up, honey, because they are not covered. So give me a second. They are not covered, and that's okay, because this is where the inspiration is going to come in. Okay. So this is the first Rainbow High doll right here. This is, which one is this? This is Amaya Rain. This is her right here, because this is the one, she dyes her hair and has, does all kinds of different looks. And matter of fact, she is the one who took Bella's place when Bella couldn't wait to meet this, famous celebrity who was going to help her in her career at Rainbow High, and she got kicked out. So Amaya is the one who indeed replaced her. And as you can see, she has the beautiful rainbow hair. Love it. And she has some tinsel right here. This is her. She's the one when they did the fashion show and they all transformed into their looks based on a theme: no rain, no rainbows. And this is the platinum hair, and you can see she has like the pearl essence in her face, in the makeup. The makeup looks good and everything, and she is fully articulated. And I was graciously given the bracelets, so I definitely will make jewelry based on her looks. And she has beautiful nails and everything, and she's one of the original ones that has full articulation. So let's move on to the next one. Give me a second, because none of these dolls have their clothes, shoes, or anything, and I'm okay with that. Because y'all, this is going to open up the door for me to make doll clothes. So I'm okay with that. And this here is Skylar Bradshaw. She is one of the original Rainbow High dolls, and she is part of the original crew, and she was the one who was dating the guy, and he lied. River. Is it River? Yeah, I think it's River. I'm not sure. Or is that the new boyfriend? I'm not sure. But anyway, she was dating the guy, and he said to let's chill when they got to Rainbow High, the school. And So she thought that it meant to take a break or whatever. So she was cool with it, but she didn't know that he meant that he wanted to date other people and chill on a relationship 100%. So he met Ruby Anderson, and that's the red doll. And they're all friends. But Ruby doesn't know that Skylar is, let's just say River. It could be the other guy, the one that has the blonde hair. He got embarrassed. And as well, he should have. Anyway. And so Ruby was excited about meeting River and going on a date, and they went to the school dance that the upper class put on for the freshmen. So they were going to, meet at, and they were going to meet there. That was going to be the first date. So Sunny knew who he was because they were all, part of the original friend group, and she knew who River was to Skylar. And so, they came together at the dance. And so River, trying to play slick, it's like, I'm going to step off a bit. Let me go catch up with my friends. And so Violet, who vlogs about everything, was going to vlog about it. And River didn't want to be vlogged. And so, but he knew why he didn't want to vlog, because he was being underhanded, shady, and shifty, and he was trying to cheat on Skylar. So Sunny, she was like, this isn't going to work out well. And it didn't. And so, they all came face to face, and Skylar was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I know you wanted to chill. And then basically, he really gave her the real definition of what he meant by chilling. And she was like, you breaking up with me? And she felt embarrassed because he was breaking up with her in front of her friends. And that wasn't cool. So, of course, all the other girls in the group, they was not having it. So, Skylar and Ruby, they mend fences and exercised their girl power and got it together, and they came out and they had fun. And River, he was shamed, as well he should be, because he was a loser. So this who Miss Skylar is, with her beautiful hair. And yeah, that's who she is. So let's get to the other dolls. And this doll is beautiful. Never thought I would have one of these dolls, and I never thought about getting her, but I have her. And this doll right here, I don't know much about this one. The only one I know a little bit more about is Sunny's sister, who goes to Shadow High. Son, go see what Grandma want, please. She goes to Shadow High, and she is one of the nicer girls. Her name is Shadow High Chanel Onyx. And so because they have Shadow High, they got rivalry with Rainbow High, but she is one of the nicer girls at Rainbow High. Now, she's not one of the nasty ones that like to start trouble and cause things. And so she is really beautiful, and yeah, that's all I know about her for right now. So, but when I bring her back, I will tell you more about her in detail. So that's all I can tell you about her. So I have one more doll right here. And So, in this doll lot, which is so amazing, y'all, what are the chances that I would get Bella, the very doll who got kicked out of school and who Amaya replaced her? So, we pretty much know her story. So, and she got kicked out because she taken pictures of student work and wanted to submit it for a contest. And um, so she got kicked out of season 1. So season 2, she does come back. And she does get to fulfill all her hopes and dreams, but she has to work really hard to prove herself because she broke the rules. And so she does, like I said, she does get to fulfill her hopes and her dreams and all of her goals. And I thought it was so amazing that she did get a chance to come back, and she worked really hard for it. And she, understood that she broke the rules, and she understood that the mistakes that she made. So we all deserve second chances, right? So that's what happened for Miss Bella Parker, right there. And she's very close friends with let me see, the doll with the green hair. Can't think of her name right now. She has her own makeup line, so I can't think of her name right now, but they are very close friends. And yeah, and they had their ups and downs. When she came back, she was just going through a lot because people kept making up lots of stories about why she left and when she came back, and she just needed time to just like to decompress and relax before she really got back into it. And she did, and she and the doll with the green hair, they mended their friendship. They told a story about what happened, how she got back in, and it was all good. So, y'all, this is all I have for y'all today in terms of these beautiful, beautiful dolls. And they will come back again at some point when I'm ready to restyle them so we can see how that turns out and what that looks like. So yeah, there will be videos this week, and I have to take it 1 week at a time, y'all. That's the only way I can do it right now. So until tomorrow, may your dolly dreams continue to come true.